Okay, what's happening? How's everybody doing? Uh, I'm gonna get 99 rune crafting on my pay to play here. Thought I'd throw on the recorder and maybe do a little ramble after. We'll see how I'm feeling. Uh, but yeah, I've been meaning to get this for a while now, and I've just been so busy. So here we are. Nice. Nothing crazy. I mean, pay to play 99 rune crafting, but I didn't do any. I don't even know what it's called. Bloods and souls on Zaya. I forget what they even call that. Um, but yeah, I did a lot of astral runes. I would say probably 5 years ago, and then maybe some double natures. I forget. Um, no fire runes, eh? And then yeah, the last little bit I did with wrath runes. So just traditional rune crafting for this, but um, yeah, like I said, still nothing crazy. But I've never had 99. Actually, I did have 99 rune crafting, but it was through RuneSpan. But I do think the rune crafting cape is quite sexy, so don't mind. But yeah, I've been super busy, so I haven't been playing as much, and yeah, but I still am motivated, still trying to make some gains. I think now that I don't know why, I've just been kind of wanting to get 99 RC, so I've been focusing on that. Um, Not focusing on it, but just doing AFK-ish things, even though Wrath runes are so chill. You just throw on the GPU or whatever that's called and run the whole map, basically. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna... I say it every time, but um, I think I am gonna start trying to work really towards, at least working towards max. I don't know if I'll get these 99s anytime soon, but I've been fishing a little more, so I'll get that to 90. I want to get these 99 as well, fire making and wood cutting, so I can train them every once in a while. But oh yeah, 1 sec. But yeah, I was crafting for a bit there. I do think that I'm gonna switch it up though. Diamonds went up a little bit in price, nothing crazy, like it's not a big deal. Money's nothing, but just kind of demotivated me for some reason. I don't know why. They were really cheap for a while there, so I was pretty on it crafting diamonds, because when have diamonds been that cheap historically? Like never. And they're still very cheap relative to what they've been, but I'll definitely craft again at some point. Not as motivated right now though, and yeah, just in a lull point right now. I find that that's how the game goes for me. I get motivated, I'm pretty driven in one area, and then as time goes on, the motivation fades a little bit, and but that's natural, and nothing wrong with that. You pick up some momentum for something else, and that's how she goes. The Charlie step is the worst in Clue Scrolls. Absolutely. All the other ones are pretty chill. Except for, you know what? I don't know. I'm not saying that we need anything free to play. I feel like in my last ramble I was talking about we need all this shit, but I don't really feel that way. But there really is nothing to, there's like no teleports to anywhere in the Draenor or Port Sarum or that Remington, that area. You gotta run. Like I just teleport to Lumbridge. If there's any Draenor steps or anything like that, I don't know if that's the, was it raw or cooked? Cooked, like, I don't know if that's the meta, but yeah. Not really a quick way to get to there. I remember back in the regular game there was that you could get the diary on free to play the Lumbridge Diary, and there's the Cabbage Patch teleport. So I'm pretty sure that was free to play, at least up until medium or easy, or I don't know. I can't remember completely, but yeah, we don't. Oh no. Yo, I'm gonna cook this real quick. But yeah, don't really know what I'm doing right now, but now that I've got 99 rune crafting on my pay to play, like I said in the past, I want to max that account, so that's a good skill to get out of the way, and then I'll probably just do some AFK things now as I work towards max on here. I think I don't know what I'll start with. Probably get fishing out of the way, and then get base 80. I think that'd look clean. Get some of these 70s out of here. But yeah, there's something that I've been thinking about recently, so I've just been kind of puttering around what I'm doing, and I'm not even doing anything, so it's not even that interesting. But one thing that I've been thinking about recently, and I've been meaning to kind of throw on the recorder and ramble about it a bit, even though it's probably nothing crazy. But so at work, I've been working closely with some programming and electrical engineering. Anyways, I'm not really trying to get into my work, but my mind has been shifted more towards programming, and I've been a nerd my whole life, but traditionally, like, as my identity, that's not like, I played sports growing up. I really focused on football, and I just always gamed, and I loved anime, so I kind of had this split identity where I did that stuff in my free time, and anyways, but I never really got into computers. I played computers a lot, but when it came to actually learning about them and playing around with them and all that, like, I didn't ever yeah, like, I wish I had, I guess is what I'm saying. I wish I got into coding. I wish I messed around, because I've spent so much time on a computer, but it's mainly just gaming, right? Playing RuneScape or other games and being online, not actually learning much, just using the tools. Anyways, so now I'm learning a lot more about the intricacies of coding and programming. Not saying I know much. It's quite new to me, but one thing that I've been just starting to learn is React Native, and I don't know, I downloaded React Native, or I don't even know if you download it. It's kind of convoluted, Node.js and Expo and stuff like that. I want to make an app for my company just as a side project. And anyways, this is not even what I'm trying to talk about, so I'll kind of try to really stop talking about that. But AI. So AI is something that I've been really interested in recently. And yeah, I've been watching videos, listening to videos, and doing research. I have ChatGPT Premium. I'm a beast, I know. But it's super interesting to me, and everybody has their 2 cents on what direction it's heading in, and their speculation on what it'll be like. And, it's a crazy topic, that's for sure. And but it's super cool. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And so before I start talking about what I really want to talk about, there's a lot of argument and speculation, and everybody has their, like I said, their opinion on what will happen with AI, because obviously it's already in our lives. I like, a lot of companies and a lot of technologies already use AI to a certain degree, and but it's from what I'm understanding and what I'm learning, and you can also see it as well with ChatGPT, and just the progress is exponential, and I think in a couple of years or 5 years, the impact will be, you don't, like, that's why so many people are talking about it. It's an unknown, because who knows what direction it will head in, and who will take the most powerful technology out there and do what with it and everything like that. And there's obviously a lot of potential danger with it, but at the same time, a lot of potential abundance and progress and just epicness, I guess. Like, it's just a very powerful tool that can go in every direction, so, but it's crazy though. It's something that I'm super interested in seeing what happens in the future. And that's also why I'm trying to learn as much as I can, because I just think that it's inevitable that it'll have a huge impact, and that it'll just start to transition more and more into everyday life, especially in business and technology. And I at least think that it's smart to be on board with it and learn about it and integrate it into your life and work, rather than reject it and then fall behind and be out of the loop. Because I do, in my opinion, I think it's inevitable. I don't really have a strong opinion on what will happen with AI. A lot of people think that, there's like so many different opinions of like what will happen, negatively and positively, right? It'll really kind of, people are saying it'll destroy the social fabric because there will be some, like, who knows what's real. I feel like that's already kind of happening, but I agree that probably it might happen. It's crazy. You see these AIs replicating voices and pretending to be people, and it can create anything, right? There's Stable Diffusion and even ChatGPT and probably so many others that I'm unaware of, but yeah, it's just, the power is, it's just crazy. But on the flip side, right, that allows for so much good at the same time. I think it was Elon Musk said that, he does believe that we will enter a point where everything will be abundant, right? It'll solve so many of our issues. And then and other people, and even himself, you'll argue, like, so then where does our fulfillment and meaning come from if we start to really make everything so easy and everything abundant, right? When I was younger, I didn't really like to work much, but as I get older, I genuinely enjoy working and doing things. Because, like, what else are you going to do? I mean, I played this game a lot when I was really young, and I've kind of alluded to this in the past, but like in one of my other rambles where I talked about kind of like my stages of playing the game, and I wouldn't say I enjoyed the game as much when I had ample free time and nothing else going on in my life. I almost felt obligated to play because it was where I was getting my meaning and fulfillment. And yeah, like, there's really, I don't know, it's an interesting topic. Anyways, I've talked about a lot of random things, and I mean, not random, but so what I've been thinking about as I learn more about AI and hear what people have to say about the impact it will have on the real world, I've just had a few thoughts every once in a while about the impact that it'll have on the virtual world, and in this specific case, like RuneScape. So, traditionally bots have been just stupid, right? When someone's a bot, and even if they do talk, it's whack and everything like that. But as technology advances, as AI advances, I'm sure there already are. Like, I actually don't know. I don't know why there's so many bots in the game still, and I know it's a age-old topic, but you see these Vorkath and other bots on the high scores, and even if the bot detection system can't catch them, you would think that Jagex can at least manually look into like an account with 50,000 Vorkath KC on the high scores. That's like top page. Anyways, truthfully though, like, I'm not overly bothered by it. I know bots aren't good for the economy, but I don't know, like, I'm not like, it doesn't bother me that much. I've never really been impacted too heavily by bots, and I personally have never botted on old school RuneScape. I have botted before on the regular game, and all my accounts got banned, so I learned my lesson. But anyways, I'm not trying to talk about the ethics of botting and if it's right or wrong. It's here. It's always been here. But, with ChatGPT and probably other language models and just even other forms of AI, I watched a video, I think it was last night or the night before, I don't remember. This week's been crazy. All the days are jumbled together, but it was on an AI learning how to play Pokemon. I think it was Pokemon Red, one of the old Pokemon games, uh, with Gen 1. And yeah, just uh, reinforced learning, and over time it developed. It didn't beat the game. I was kind of disappointed. I wish like it got super dialed in and created a meta, but it actually did start to learn what to do from nothing, right? In the beginning, it was just hitting random buttons and doing random things, and then with some reinforced learning and adding values to certain tasks, like catching Pokemon and winning a battle, and taking away values, like a reward system. Anyways, so AI and botting. Like, don't let me get too off topic here. I tend to do that. It makes me think about the future of gaming, right? So yeah, bots in RuneScape have always been pretty identifiable, and I wouldn't say detrimental, like in my opinion, but it could be. I don't want to argue with anyone on the effect botting has on the game, but I just think it's always been here, so it's never been something that I've really thought about too much of it not being here and the impact. Anyways, but let me like actually talk about what I'm trying to talk about here. So I just think about, as AI advances, and of course, like, why won't people start implementing this insane technology into bots? And what will it get to, right? Like, with these language models and with this really powerful AI that probably won't even be on like a script or anything, right? Like, it'll just straight up know how to play the game. It'll learn how to play the game. And then it may even get to the point where you can't even distinguish, an AI bot from a regular player, because they're talking to you and they're playing the game in a way that almost a human would play the game. Maybe not. Like, it depends how you program the AI, I guess, right? Like, you could probably dial it in so it's only taking the most efficient path and playing 24 hours a day, but you could also maybe tone it down a bit and then have it focus more so on a social aspect as well, right? And then it gets to the point where, you may have an AI friend, or you're bossing with an AI, or you're skilling with an AI, and you think you're talking to a real person. And I just can see that being a reality with the way it's heading. Like, I don't see why not. And it's pretty crazy. I think it's cool, but at the same time, it's a little messy, but also kind of epic, because like it also makes me think, like, video game companies, and for this example, Jagex, like, you could really take NPC to the next level. We've always had NPCs that have the same dialogue, and NPCs are NPCs. They really don't add much to the game. They have their one niche conversation, or their one, they add their one thing to the game, right? They're the shop. They say the same thing every time you talk to them. But Jagex could create not legitimate players, but legitimate NPCs that are actually their own entity, their own identity, and it's never the same. But they do have maybe they have their own focus, right? And I don't know. I truly don't know overly much about it, and these are just random shower thoughts to a certain extent. Like, it's just something that I've thought about briefly, but I think that gaming will really transition in the future with AI, and the possibilities are pretty cool, but also, yeah, I also think it could be kind of weird or interesting or negative to a certain degree. These companies could also just boost their player base, and I don't know if there's legalities behind that, or obviously it's unethical, but who's to say they don't just create all these bots that are players, and legitimate players. Like, that might even be good for the game, right? They have they fit every demographic. They've got these AIs that are high level gaming, and then they've got these AIs that are mid-level gaming, and then they've got these AIs that are in Lumbridge, and so new players come in and you've got like a level 10 killing chickens, or cutting regular trees, or I don't know, doing some noob shit, and they're chatting up. They're saying, "Hey, like, what are you doing? What's your fishing level? Oh, you don't know how to fish? Let me show you. Like, I just learned how to fish myself." Like, I don't know. Like, sounds a little crazy, but why not? It could actually make the game better and add that, bring back that more social aspect that we've lost to a certain degree, and yeah, boost the player base, which is maybe a little unethical to a certain degree, but then again, you could just like NPC that, maybe. I don't know. Um, and who's to say it hasn't already happened? We're playing with some, and I guess it's kind of how it's always been, right? Like, there's always been bots, so, but I think that maybe eventually these bots will be, you wouldn't even know, and maybe it's already happening. And that's the same argument that I have for real life, right? Well, I guess real life with social media and everything like that, right? Like, the information that's going to be pumped out into the world may affect, what's it even called? Voting. I don't even know, like the elections, right? Or it may affect anything to do when you ingest information or you take in information online. It can be very easily manipulated now, and probably even easier, if that's a word, more easy. I don't know. It's just pretty cool, pretty crazy. But yeah, that's something I've been thinking about is as a RuneScape nerd and somebody who loves the game and plays the game and is learning a lot about AI. And I don't claim to really know a lot, but I know enough to have a few thoughts on it. And yeah, nobody's talking about the impact it'll have on RuneScape, so I thought I'd have to do that myself. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I don't know. That's all I really have to say. Uh, we'll see where the future takes us. But I do think, in my personal opinion, that AI will creep its way into this world too, and it could be cool. It could be something that is positive to the game. Obviously, it probably will be negative, but like I said, I think that game companies, not RuneScape itself, like not just RuneScape, but any game that has NPC interaction, or like a MMO type RPG, I don't know, a world to explore and people in it and social aspect and NPC and all that. I think AI can take that to the next level with interaction and really creating a virtual world that isn't just this stagnant, like it's always changing, and it's always a new day, and everybody's, anyway, I don't really know if I've said much or if it made much sense, but yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. There's a lot going on, and a lot of uncertainty, a lot of, I don't know, I think for the last couple of years, it's been a crazy time. So I hope y'all are doing well, staying safe and working hard and staying sane. I think that's a tough thing these days, to really ground yourself and stay focused and not get distracted or impacted by what's going on worldwide. I won't really get into detail, but I'm sure everybody knows, like, it just seems like it's one thing after the other. And I don't know if that's because social media is so prevalent now that you hear about everything. I know that's probably a part of it, but at the same time, like, because anyways, I'm not going to get into this. This can be for another ramble, but yeah, without a doubt, things are, yeah, for a while now, at least in my opinion, it's been a wild ride. So I respect y'all, my fellow OSRS gamers. So keep making them gains and take care of yourselves out of the game. Keep working hard, and yeah, I'll talk to you later.